Hi everybody, here I have ThinkPad X1 Carbon 6th generation. It is a pretty nice laptop, however you cannot perform a lot of upgrades. In this video I'm going to show you how to change the SSD. ThinkPad X1 Carbon comes with 7th or 8th generation Intel Core i5 or i7 processor. My computer here has i7. However, the important for this video is the storage, and ThinkPad X1 Carbon 6th generation supports one of the following configurable by model: M.2 SSD, either SATA or PCI Express NVMe. In my case, I have a computer with PCI Express NVMe. This is PCI Express 3.0, but I'm going to plug this PCI Express 4.0 NVMe drive. It has been manufactured by Micron and the size is 2242. However, the computer supports size 2280, therefore I'm going to use this extender. Safety first, so let's temporarily disable the built-in battery. This is an advanced feature available as part of the firmware on ThinkPad laptops. It's very convenient when you are dealing with any hardware modifications. In order to take advantage of this feature, I have to interrupt the normal boot, enter the BIOS settings menu, and temporarily disable the built-in battery. However, this poor ThinkPad came out of the box with Windows and fast boot, so as you can see I don't have an option to interrupt the boot process. Therefore I made a research and I figured out that I can launch the terminal on Windows as an administrator and type in a command that will reboot the computer directly in firmware mode. The command is available in the description of this video. If you have watched my previous videos, you know that I'm an open source enthusiast. Therefore, I want to replace the Microsoft Windows with a Linux distribution, particularly Ubuntu. And I have already installed Ubuntu on the other SSD that I'm going to plug by the end of this video. As you can see, after executing this command in the command line interface, the computer rebooted, and this time on the very first screen with the Lenovo logo, there is a small text below which says, "To interrupt normal startup, press enter." So I hit enter and I entered the BIOS setup utility. I did this by pressing F1 from the startup interrupt menu. Using the arrows on the keyboard of the laptop, I navigated to the config tab and from it I selected power. There are several options. The last one is disable built-in battery. This is just temporary while we're doing hardware repairs or upgrades. The battery will be automatically re-enabled when we plug a USB-C charger. After temporarily disabling the built-in battery, it is safe to proceed with the next step, which is to remove the back cover. For this step, I need a screwdriver and a plastic tool. However, if you don't have this specific plastic tool, you can either 3D print it or even use a plastic card, for example, old bank plastic card, as a replacement. There are 5 captive screws on the back, so I have to unfasten all of them, and after that using the plastic tool to carefully remove the black back cover from the chassis of the laptop. Now it is time to remove the old SSD. For this I need a screwdriver. Again, I have to unfasten the screw that holds the old SSD to the main board of the laptop. After that, I have to gently lift and pull out the old SSD. After that, I added the adapter that I showed you at the beginning of the video and carefully plugged in the new SSD into the motherboard. Finally, I fastened the screw that holds it to the motherboard. Basically, that's it. If you follow these steps, it's straightforward and easy, so anyone can do an SSD upgrade of a ThinkPad Carbon X1 6th generation. The whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes, for a professional even less than 5 minutes. After that, obviously in a reverse order, I have to assemble the black back cover to the main chassis of the laptop, and with this the upgrade will be completed. I know that this is a little bit boring, so thanks to the magic of video editing, I've increased the speed of this part of the video. You know the drill. As you remember, the very first And very important step was to temporarily disable the built-in battery. In order to re-enable it, we have to plug a USB-C power supply. Here I'm using a Lenovo ThinkPad power supply. I just plugged it in, and as you can see, there is an LED indication that the laptop is charging and the battery has been re-enabled. So I can turn on the laptop again. Actually, after turning it on, I've entered the BIOS settings menu. I think this happened because of the command that I've executed in Windows, which was supposed to automatically enter the BIOS, but instead I've manually did it, so this time it worked out automatically. However, after that I was able to continue and properly boot Ubuntu, which had been already installed on the SSD drive that I plugged in as an upgrade. And after that, as you can see, I did another restart and everything worked out of the box just as expected. So I was able to directly log in into the Ubuntu and type in some commands in the terminal. And if you're wondering what Ubuntu is, it's a very popular Linux distribution which is actually quite user-friendly, and I'm going to review it on this particular laptop in my next videos. At the end of the video, as a conclusion, we have to say that ThinkPad X1 Carbon 6th generation is a solid laptop, but there are very few things that you can upgrade. One of them is to change the SSD, and now you know how to do it. It is important to temporarily disable the built-in battery before any hardware modifications or upgrades. After that, make sure that you have the right drive for your laptop. ThinkPad X1 Carbon 6th generation supports two different storage options configurable by the model, either M.2 SSD SATA or M.2 SSD PCI Express NVMe. I had PCI Express NVMe solid-state drive. This is the better option because it's faster. However, double check your exact model to see whether you are using a SATA or PCI Express NVMe drive. Now you know how to change the SSD on ThinkPad X1 Carbon 6th generation. Honestly, the process is pretty similar on other ThinkPad laptops. Thank you very much for watching this video. If it was useful, please consider subscribing and stay tuned for new videos. See you soon.